Well, it's the day after. I spoke this last weekend on when we wake up Wednesday, and I'm filming this video ahead of time, and I don't know the outcome of the election. I don't know if it was really clear. I don't know if there's still a lot of confusion, but I do know a couple of things that are super important that we know from 1 Peter 2:13 through 15, that we're to submit ourselves to every authority. And whether or not the person you voted for or the propositions you supported, the values you had hoped to see voted into office or put in place happened or not, we are still supposed to submit to the authorities over us unless they call us to disobey God. They call us to depart from our mission and our message of making disciples and proclaiming Jesus. Then we have to obey God rather than man. But 1 Peter 2:13 makes it clear, submit yourselves for the Lord's sake to every human authority, whether to the emperor or as the supreme authority or to governors. So whether it's to the president, to the Congress, to the governor, to local authorities, as we wake up today, no matter how frustrated or how elated you may be, because again, I don't know the outcome of the election, I don't know your particular perspective, but as followers of Jesus Christ, we're to have respect for those that God places in office, even through an election like we went through in the last few days, and actually there was early voting and mail-in voting, all those good things. But the election we've gone through is a part of the way in which God is going to raise up leaders in our state, in our nation, in our local area, and then we have to be willing to obey God. Part of obeying God is by honoring and submitting to authorities unless they ask us to do something that violates what God has asked us to do. And then we have to obey God rather than man. Today, whatever you're feeling toward what has happened in this election, be sure and understand that part of walking in obedience to God and living up and loving like Jesus is to submit to the authorities whether you voted for them or not. And guess what? Jesus is still ultimately King of Kings and Lord of Lords.